Good afternoon, families. It is Thursday, October 24th, 2024, and I'm coming to you with our science report roundup for the week. All right, so we got a top 4 for our top 2 this week, so we're going to get right into it. Parent-teacher conferences were just this last week, so I always know that scheduling time to meet can be challenging, but as I want you to know, I always appreciate the opportunity to sit down with families, talk about your students' successes, and any possible growth opportunities. So if we have missed each other, just please reach out so we can kind of figure out and find a time that works best with all of our ever increasingly busy lives and schedules. Number 2, picture retake is tomorrow. So if you saw your proof copy and you have decided you would like your student to try again at a good looking picture, our class is a 10:30 to 10:40 window tomorrow. The Scholastic Book Fair is coming to Lake Bluff from November 4th through November 8th. Our class will be going together during the school day on the Thursday, November 7th from 8:45 to 9:15. Please take a look at the email. There will be a link for you to create an e-wallet for your student if you would like to purchase books where they don't have to bring cash. That's preferred. Cash and change is awful. There's also a secondary link to our classroom e-wallet if you would like to donate any funds for us to purchase and pick up new books and materials for us to have all students have access to. Any donations, of course, are not required, but are always appreciated and phenomenal. Our number 4 is the Lake Bluff Halloween Parade is close at hand. So beginning at 1:30 on Wednesday, October 3rd, just this next week, participating students will create a parade line and walk through Lake Bluff inside the school. Any family members wishing to see this parade can attend out on the front lawn of the school. The parade will exit by the Beagle statue where we line up in the morning and walk along the front sidewalk closest to the building. Where families and members can kind of see, watch, take pictures, cheer on, all those good things. And we'll re-enter the school building through the door that's closest to the little playground on the west side of the building. Please take a look at the Beagle Bulletin. The link is in the email for any further details about costumes. All I will say is this. Please make sure your student has a costume that they can independently get into and out of for things like going to the bathroom, sitting in a chair, being in all day where it could be uncomfortable. Those are really important things. So thank you, and I can't wait. Miss Miller and I already have our selections chosen, and they will remain secret. All right, so now we're going to get into the rest of the log points for the week. Original works came home earlier this week. Please look through those. Inside are included directions if you would like to purchase any items with your student's beautiful original work. Please fill out the enclosed form and then return the form and the original work in its plastic sleeve to me by the submission date, which should be on that information, so I can submit them in a timely fashion for you to receive things if you would like to order. In English language module block, we have created small research groups to continue learning about other countries around the world, not just Kenya, on how students access books and why education is important. I got to provide all the students with information about Zimbabwe, Finland, and Thailand using our anchor book text, My Librarian is a Camel. Then students read a little bit of each and had to choose one that they would like to learn more about. And then they created self-selected groups based on who else also wants that same country to learn about. And then they began taking notes on gist of the paragraphs involved, identifying unknown vocabulary words, and then using the dictionary independently to look up and define any unknown words. And it has been really cool to see. In math, students are working to apply the distributive property and complete multiplication and division problems. As they are exploring these foundations of the associative property of multiplication, students are composing, which means create, arrays, and decompose, which means to take apart arrays, into smaller arrays that represent pieces and parts when doing multiplication and division. They are also working to solve two-step word problems using multiplication and division. So some pretty big rocks. In social studies, we have completed the first portion of our regional maps unit. Students worked this week to add all the multiple details, features, and information and map features that we have learned about. Compass rose, map key, strengths and challenges of their specific region, and interesting specific features like national parks or interesting places to visit. All these student groups then got together with their regional map and presented them to small groups of other students who got to then ask questions and notice those interesting things that we have learned about different regions around the United States. As of today, we began our deep dive into the state of Wisconsin and some of its key features, and also the impacts of the Ice Age and glaciers on the topography or the landscape of the state of Wisconsin, including lakes, hills, and mountains that are here or not because of that. In SEL, students are learning about their emotions and why they're important because they give us helpful information about what's happening in our daily lives. So, for example, fear tells us we might be in danger. So we practice accurately labeling different levels of things and feelings. Specifically, we're starting with happiness, using words like content, happy, and excited on labeling how we feel. We will also learn to identify how and when we can take a break when we are having strong emotions to help calm ourselves down and regulate. So I hope this finds you well. I hope you are staying warm. It's definitely getting colder outside. So please make sure students are coming with appropriate clothing as it gets chilly, because recess can be windy and cold, and runny noses are just not fun. But I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful weekend. I hope if you haven't gotten outside yet to get outside. The leaves and a fall walk are fantastic and gorgeous. And as always, I will see you next week. Bye.